Stay frosty and head over to easymut.com for the cheapest MUT coins on the market. And when I say cheapest, I mean it. We're talking 1 million coins for around 40 bucks. Use code DIRECTOR for 5% off. Yo, what up, brothers? What's up? It's the Director. Madden Ultimate Team fans, it's been a minute since I've done a video like this. I want to show you guys my favorite cards in Madden Ultimate Team, okay? The best cards in Madden Ultimate Team if you want to look at maybe upgrading your squad. This is for you guys that are looking like, oh man, what am I looking to run on head-to-head? I want to make some upgrades. The market looks really good right now. Who do I pick up? This video is for you, and I want to show you guys the best possible cards you can get at every single position, depending on what you're running. We're going to go over a lot of stuff on this video, so if you guys are looking to improve your game on head-to-head, this video is for you. Before we do get started though, guys, hit us up with a like and sub if you do enjoy this content. The small amount of time we take to hit the like, sub, and bell notification helps me out a lot. Let's get into this video. Lights, camera, action. The best cards in Madden Ultimate Team. Now, obviously, this video is coming out in early December. If you're watching this a little later, chances are these cards have updated, especially with Zero Chill just around the corner. But if you're looking to upgrade your squad right now, sit down, pay attention. Let's get into it, man. So the way this is going to work, I'm going to go through every single position and kind of show you guys some of the best cards I've noticed in head-to-head, cards that I've played with, and stuff like that. Starting with quarterback. Now, I will admit, I saw a lot more Kyler Murray's on head-to-head during the Blitz promo. He's very, very tough to catch up to, man. 92 speed, 92 throw power, pretty decent accuracies. If you're looking at a scrambling quarterback, I've had a lot of trouble containing Kyler Murray. Now, at 573,000 coins, I'd say maybe go save your coins, pick up a Michael Vick or something like that, because I don't think scrambling quarterbacks are worth 573 at this point. We're going to talk a little bit about the meta as well through this video, which archetypes and stuff are the best to be looking at as far as upgrades. Okay, speaking of archetypes, really like this Steve McNair. Okay, if you're a field general kind of quarterback, you want to pick up yourself Hot Route Master. If you're the kind of person that knows how to use Hot Route Master, this guy is very, very deadly. And I like him more than Kyler Murray, that option I just stated above. 85 speed, 93 throw power, hits all the thresholds. Very, very nice quarterback. Okay, the only issue is probably his ball velocity. I've heard some people say it takes a minute for him to get the ball out of his hands, but still, if you're getting separation from your wide receivers because you know how to use Hot Route Master, you've got some speed to make some plays with your feet. This is a very, very nice quarterback if you know how to use him in that way. Next up, we got Josh Allen. Now, this one's going to be my favorite of the bunch, okay? Josh Allen, 92 overall, only 129,000 coins. Why is he your favorite, Director? Well, it's because 85 speed, again, allows you to make plays with your feet. 95 throw power. All right, I'm going to tell you guys exactly how to use this cat. 95 throw power, you're going to put on Go Deep. That's going to give you 99 throw power powered up. You're going to have over the threshold for deep accuracy, and then he already hits the threshold for short and medium. This is why I think Josh Allen is currently the best quarterback in the game. He's the right archetype. He's got all the thresholds. He's got ridiculous throw power. Now, what I mean by right archetype, he's a strong arm quarterback. I think one of the best abilities in Madden Ultimate Team this year is Gunslinger, okay? It affects the timing in which the ball comes out of your hands and gets to your receiver. It affects the timing of your passing game. If you've got faster balls going to your receivers, you can hit, smaller windows, get separation from, man coverage and stuff like that. I think Josh Allen, in my opinion, is the move. Okay, but you can pick any one of these guys. If you want Hot Route Master, go with Steve McNair. If you want to make more plays with your feet, go Kyler Murray. Me personally, I like Josh Allen the best. Okay, next up, let's go to halfback. Now, Reggie Bush. Director, this guy came out how many ever weeks ago? Why do you want him right now? Well, it's because of his archetype. Once again, archetype's very important in Madden Ultimate Team. Receiving back. There's going to be an ability on this cat that you really want to put on him, and it's a Backfield Master. Okay, Backfield Master basically gives you the routes that Hot Route Master would give you, but it only goes on your halfback. It only costs you one ability point. He becomes that much more lethal in the passing game. Okay, still has 91 speed, really good change of direction, really good juke move, and good break tackle. But really, you're paying up for this guy 92,000 coins because of that ability, Backfield Master. That's what you want to put on him, okay? Still a very good running back. If you want somebody a little cheaper, I mean, I would just break the bank for Reggie Bush, but if you want someone cheaper, Austin Eckler is pretty good too. But let's say you're a different kind of running back. You want to make moves with your feet. You want to throw on, spin and juke, master or whatever it is on their abilities. I would say that Edgar and James is still very, very good. Edgar and James is 91 speed, 87 trucking, change of direction is really nice, juke move. He's all around probably the most balanced running back in the game right now. Okay, I see some guys having a lot of success with him. Only 100,000 coins. He can definitely improve your run game. Or if you're the kind of guy, I mean, this would be my second preference after Reggie Wayne or Reggie Bush, would be Bo Jackson. I see a lot of guys really having success going up the middle, trucking, using their weight to fall forward. This is a power halfback, okay? And he has 92 speed, the fastest that I'm listing right now. I still think that even though Bo Jackson came out early, he's the best if you want to be using him just for his speed, size, and strength, okay? So those are kind of the three ways I think to use running backs. Again, my favorite is Reggie Bush with Backfield Master. All right, next up, let's move to fullback. Very simple, only 60,000 coins. Pick up yourself a Mike Allstott. 85 speed's going to be really good in short yardage situations if you need him that way. Pretty good in the run blocking, but really it's that speed that's most important. I see a lot of people put a tight end in their fullback position because they have the kind of speed to make it out to their blocks, because a lot of time you're outrunning them with your running back. But Mike Allstott, if you want like a true fullback, he's my favorite right now. Now, moving into wide receivers. This one's pretty dang important, guys. You guys remember how I told you about Gunslinger? Well, those architects of quarterback, the strong arm quarterbacks, cannot get hot route master, which means you're going to have to look to your wide receivers, tight ends, and halfbacks to get those abilities on their own. This is why Chad Johnson, in my opinion, is my favorite wide receiver in the game right now. Not only does he have 92 speed, you can power him up and get him up to like 95 speed. He's got great catching, spec catch, great route running. It's this archetype right here, route runner. Route runner on Chad Johnson right now is really good because you can get those different like hot route abilities. I think there's like outside master, slot master, and stuff like that for very, very cheap. I think it's one ability point. The best one, in my opinion, is that slot wide receiver master, slot apprentice, okay? Because you're going to get some of the best routes in the game with slot apprentice. Definitely make sure you've got at least one wide receiver with those abilities on your lineup if you're not running hot route master. Trust me, it's going to make a world of difference. Chad Johnson gets those abilities for very cheap. He's the guy that's going to give you the most speed and really good other attributes and stuff on top of it. So a very, very nice wide receiver. He's my favorite right now. Only 170,000 coins. Definitely worth the investment. Okay. Outside of that, you got Julio Jones, who I'm shocked gave a route running archetype this season because I think of him more as a physical archetype, but still very, very good Julio Jones card. Only 173,000 coins. I don't think his power up is that expensive either. 91 speed. I would say between Chad Johnson and Julio Jones, even though Chad Johnson hasn't beat speed wise and overall wise, when I had Julio Jones in my team, this guy made some crazy plays that he had no business making, okay, guys? So I think Julio Jones is great. All the same reasons for Chad Johnson with those abilities, but I do think he has the MUT force factor, which means he plays well above his overall. Okay, now if you got a guy out there that you don't want to put abilities and stuff on, you just want them for their raw speed, definitely look at this Marquise Brown. 94 speed. He doesn't have a power up, so outside of that, you can put like 96 speed on him. I think it's still a very, very nice card. Really good catching, really good route running. I think he's one of the best receivers in the game when it comes to raw speed and route running. Very, very nice item right now. Probably one of the best in the game. The only thing that kind of hinders him is his size, 5'9". So kind of keep that in mind when playing with him on head-to-head, but he's the kind of guy that you want on go routes, streaks, fades, and stuff like that. He's very, very good in those circumstances. Kind of mix and match it with your wide receiver. Have those guys that you need to use to beat coverages, get separation. Then other guys like Marquise Brown just with his raw speed to make plays up top and over coverages and stuff like that. Next up is Tyreek Hill. Now, this is the very expensive version of Marquise Brown, in my opinion. Yes, you're going to get one more speed out of him because he does have a power up. So you're talking 97 speed. Really good catching. Not as good as Marquise Brown, funny enough, but really good catching, really good route running. Okay, you see a lot of people winning games with Tyreek Hill for a reason. It's because they know how to use him, against cover 3, cover 4. They have beaters set up, but you really need a guy with his kind of speed to make that happen. Between the two, I think you'll be just fine with Marquise Brown. He's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, but if you've got the coin, if you got like a power up pass coming up in the future, invest in Tyreek Hill. He'll win you a lot of games in head to head. Okay. Next up at tight end, there's really only a couple options here that I really like, guys. Chris Cooley, when looking at tight end, there's only a couple things you need to be worried about. Get the fastest guy that you can find with the best medium route running, okay? Deep route running is also important if you want to use them in crossers and stuff like that, but medium route running is where you're going to see a lot of the different routes that your tight end actually runs, okay? Really good catching, really good speed. I think Chris Cooley is definitely the best tight end in the game right now, and again, not super expensive, which is really nice to see. Outside of that, again, I'm looking at for the same stuff. 86 speed, hits the route running, really good catching. Todd Heap's a good option as well, okay? Now we're going to go over the offensive line really, really quick. There's a very simple rule I want you guys to follow. Don't break the bank for offensive line unless you're really looking to upgrade your overall, really flex that 94 and 95 on your squad. Don't worry about breaking the bank as far as your offensive line. Okay, there's only 2 rules you need to follow. Really, 1 rule you need to follow. Okay, and that rule is going to be go for the legend. Orlando Pace, only 106,000 coins. The legendary offensive linemen usually have the best stats in the game for both running and passing. If I were to get a 92 overall left tackle, let's say that was, somebody else, Trent Williams, for instance, he would be probably good on only one thing, either passing or run blocking, one of the two. Most of the time, the legends are good at both, okay? So I'm just going to give you guys a couple options that aren't too expensive if you want to upgrade your line, not breaking the bank. Orlando Pace is good for your left tackle, for your left guard. John Hanna, very, very affordable, 110,000 coins. Again, he's going to hit pretty much 90s over everything other than pass block finesse. I like this Bruce Matthew card that just came out for Campus Heroes. Very nice item, only 87,000 coins. I'll probably add him to my squad today as well. Really, really nice blocking all around the board here. And actually pretty decent speed for a center as well. At right guard, Randy Cross, very nice item. Again, 92 overall, 78,000 coins. Look at all these thresholds that he's meeting. Very nice card. Don't break the bank. The only guy I would break the bank for right now is a right tackle. 230,000 coins for Jonathan Ogden. A little bit pricier, but he's the best, absolute best option out there right now. So those are the rules. Just pick up somebody that you can afford. Make sure they're a legend. They don't have to be the guys that I just mentioned, but make sure it's a legendary player. You're going to get the biggest bang for your buck if it is a legend, okay? Next up, let's take a look at defensive end. I know this video is going to be a little bit longer, guys, but, it's worth your time and effort to take a look at who you want to invest in, okay? Trace Armstrong is going to be the first guy I'm looking at here, Campus Hero. Now, again, pretty decent speed. He's got the block shed. He's got the finesse move. Really what you're looking for in these guys is speed to get off the edge and a way to get off their blocks, okay? Very, very simple. It can change a little bit whether or not you run 4-3 or 3-4. Most guys don't care because they're running, big dime or nickel or something, outside of that. But really, if you're looking for somebody that's cheap, look for these legends again. Trace Armstrong. If you want to know if they fit better in a 4-3 or 3-4, if you're really using those formations a lot, take a look at their MUT head ratings here. He has a 94 for 4-3 and a 90 for 3-4. So you can use him in 3-4 still. He won't be as effective, versus the run, which is really what you're looking at in a 3-4 D end. But at the same time, very, very nice in both instances. Now that we got that out of the way, let's cruise through the rest of the defensive ends. Javon Curse, in my opinion, still one of the best left ends in the game. He's a left end, right? Yeah, left ends in the game. 87 speed, 85 block shed, 91 finesse move, 84 power move. He's got pretty much everything that I'm looking for in a defensive end, mostly speed, but he's got an ability to get off of his blocks. Okay, so take a look at the other side. Dwight Freeney here, right end, also 87 speed. He's on my theme team with 92 speed right now, guys. I gotta tell you, really, if he's got the ability to get off of his block, put on, edge thread or double or nothing, once he's off of his block, he's usually, within a fraction of a second at the quarterback because he's got high speed. Me personally, my experiences right now in head-to-head, I would definitely make sure I'm looking for speed first and making sure they at least hit one of these thresholds to get off of their blocks. Dwight Freeney, in my opinion, is one of the best. He's got 91 shedding, 87 power, and 93 finesse. Very, very good item. Probably one of the best in the game right now. Okay, next up we got Aaron Donald. Now we got to talk about MUT force factor here for a second. Even though Aaron Donald and Dwight Freeney are around the same overall, or even though Aaron Donald's less than him, I still think Aaron Donald's probably better than Dwight Freeney. Sure, he's not as fast, powered up and stuff, maybe like 82 speed, but really when you're looking at especially a 3-4 defensive end, this guy is absolutely insane. He just plays well above his overall. It doesn't matter that he's lower than Dwight Freeney and all those guys. He's just going to get off his blocks a lot easier and cause a lot more havoc back there. 92 block shed, 92 power move, 90 finesse move. He just has all the tools to get off of his blocks, and that's why he still remains one of the best today. And then Calais Campbell, if you're really looking for a true 3-4 D end, this is the best in the game. Pretty self-explanatory. Not a lot of speed, but he's going to get off his blocks really, really quick. Next up, defensive tackle. Now, like I mentioned before, there's a couple people in this world. People that want to rush with their defensive tackles and people that want to stop the run with their defensive tackles, in my opinion, in Madden Ultimate Team anyway. John Randall, one of those guys you want to send after the quarterback. 79 speed, pretty fast, 89 block shed, 93 power, 93 finesse, 88 power. Very, very nice defensive tackle. But in my opinion, there's two guys. It doesn't matter what you run, 3-4, 4-3, it doesn't matter. These two guys are absolute beasts at the defensive tackle position. Warren Sapp. If you don't have Warren Sapp on your team, you're playing Madden wrong, in my opinion. 303 pounds, 6'2". This guy's going to eat up blocks. He's going to eat up sheds and everything, you know, of the sort, because he's got the kind of size to stop the run. I want to, even if I'm running 4-3, I want two guys in the middle that can really help me stop the run. A lot of guys don't really care because, again, they're going in nickel and dime and stuff like that. But if I'm looking strictly, you know, in a scheme that's familiar to me, you got to have Warren Sapp on your squad. He's a difference maker. He's very glitchy. He gets off his blocks really fast. And honestly, I get a lot of sacks with Warren Sapp too, which is pretty important. 93 block shed, 90 power, 91 power, 90 finesse. Very, very nice item right there. The other guy you want to pair up with him, Vince Wilfork. And again, we guys seeing a trend here? 325 pounds, 6'2". He's got the speed. He's got the, or not the speed, but he's got the size, you know, to eat up those blocks, to eat up running backs trying to go down the middle. You know, he is a 92 overall 3-4 and only an 86 4-3. It doesn't matter in your overall, obviously, but still, this is the kind of guy I like having in the middle of my line. Stop him from running down the middle. You want to make sure that you don't give him that kind of space. You know, Bo Jackson's going to go crazy if you've got somebody too small in the middle. These thick boys in the middle, definitely going to help you out a lot. 94 block shed, not great power finesse move, doesn't matter to me. I want that size and block shed. That's all that really is important to me at defensive tackle. All right, now looking at linebacker. Now linebacker, we all know, is kind of the forgotten, you know, ugly stepchild of the Madden Ultimate Team lineups this year, and it's because they don't play against the pass very well. All right, what I'm using linebackers for right now is specifically in helping me in run defense. If I've got a guy out there in coverage, as far as, you know, linebacker is concerned, they're not going to play very well unless they have lurker, and that's a very expensive ability this season. Either way, Mo Lewis, if you got to get a guy out there, Mo Lewis is really good because he's got very, you know, low-key good zone coverage if you have to put him out there in coverage, but also really good in block shed and power moves, so you can rush him with the quarterback either way. Whatever system that you're running in, he's a little bit better in 4-3. He's going to be just fine, okay? If you want a guy out there that's strictly to help you in the passing game and the pass defense, zone coverage I know is a little bit lower, but Anthony Barr is also a very good user if you have to use him in that way as well. 87 speed, you know, not too bad. If you're looking for a guy to help you against the run against the pass rush and stuff like that too, I still think Ricky Jackson's one of the best in the game. 87 speed, really good block shed, hit power, power move, finesse move. He's pretty much the full package outside of coverage. So a very, very nice outside linebacker in that in case too. It's kind of hard for me to talk about these guys. Really, you're looking for somebody in these instances to help you with your overall. I wouldn't count on my linebackers as much this year unless they're going after the quarterback. In coverage, they're really, really going to hurt you. If you absolutely have to go for somebody in coverage to help your overall, Derek Brooks is probably one of the better ones. 88 zone coverage, very slow, really only play him underneath like in middle or flat zones and stuff like that. That's really the only time I would have Derek Brooks on the field because he's kind of good in that instance, but still, we'll show you guys how to substitute them out here in a minute. And then Lawrence Taylor, obviously, he's going to get upgrades here really soon. One of the best in the game, 88 speed, really good block shed, power move, finesse move. He just has the MUT force factor as well. All right, middle linebacker, pretty much the same thing as outside linebacker for me. I'm looking for them to help me against the run. Okay, outside of that, I'm not going to be using, you know, Ray Lewis as much just because he's not going to be as effective. You know, you can, you know, still user him obviously against the run mainly. If you have to go against the pass, he's not too terrible as well. Really good block shed, really good hit power. He's one of the best. He's definitely not too expensive right now either, which is really nice. Pat Willis. Patrick Willis, still very, very good today. 89 speed, good block shed, hit power. Pretty much a bit of a cheaper Ray Lewis. And then finally, if you need a guy out there in coverage, Ryan Shazier, not going to cost you an arm and a leg. 88 speed, not too bad. Pretty good zone coverage, pretty good. But again, I rarely call on my linebackers to help me in coverage. Okay, we'll go over, you know, the guys you can substitute them with here in a second. That's why we see a lot of people running big, dime, nickel, stuff like that, because you can substitute your safeties in. We'll get to the safeties that I recommend here in just a second, okay? Now, to get through the rest of this video rather quickly, I'm just going to show you guys some cornerbacks. I'm going to say this. Cornerbacks, to me, there's only a couple things I look for. Height, speed, and the ability to get some good press and man coverage. Okay, zone coverage, you want to hit that threshold as well, but a lot of people relying on man this year. That could definitely change now that Madden 21's on the new Xbox Series X. But still, a lot of people don't look Night Train Lane's way because he's not super fast, 91 speed. Still, he makes a lot of plays out there, man. With 91 hit power, he's going to cause some fumbles that you wouldn't expect from your cornerbacks. Very good. All I'm saying is don't forget about Night Train Lane. A lot of people forget about him. He's still very good this year. Darrelle Revis. A lot of people, again, write him off. 92 speed, still very good in my opinion. I don't know why people don't use Darrelle Revis more. He's one of the best in the game that I've used personally. I see him against me a lot in head-to-head. Very, very nice cornerback right now. I would say he makes a lot of plays he has no business making. Very, very underrated. Only 200,000 coins. Definitely pick one up if you're even skeptical about it. You know what I mean? Like 75 catching traffic, spec catches, maybe, you know, something that helps him in that category. He just comes up with a lot of picks. Okay. Next up, DRC. Now, again, we're looking for the height here. 6'2", 181,000 coins, not too expensive. 92 speed, really good zone, really good man, really good press. That's really all I'm looking for. There's a lot of cornerbacks out there, guys, that can fit these descriptions. Antonio Cromartie, 6'2". He's hitting everything else for me. 91 speed, 92 man, 87 zone, 92 press. A very, very nice card. Also, really good spec, really good catch in traffic. This guy makes probably the most picks for me, but again, he's on a Chargers theme team for me. But really, it's mix and match, guys. Find cornerbacks. I gave you the tools. Make sure they're tall. Make sure they're fast. Make sure they got pretty decent man, zone, and press, and then you're pretty much set, okay? But those are the guys that I would recommend. Next up, taking a look at safety. Okay, first and foremost, Ronnie Lott is the kind of guy I would keep out deep. You know, there's a couple different kinds of safeties. You got a safety that you leave out deep in coverage, and safeties that you sub in as your sub linebacker, as your user, okay? Ronnie Lott is the kind of guy that I am leaving out in coverage. 90 speed, very good. Hit power at 92, very good. 91 zone, 85 man. I'll point this out really quickly for you guys, okay? Some people like having the threshold at 90 for man coverage and as well as zone coverage. So if you leave him out there, you put him in man coverage, he's still going to do very well, okay? Ronnie Lott, one of those rare free safeties that you can get both thresholds when putting lockdown on him. That's why this Ronnie Lott is still so good today, and that's why he's still 161,000 coins. Very nice item. Next up, Cliff Harris, 6'1", 120,000 coins. Maybe doesn't play as well as Ronnie Lott, but again, one of those guys I leave out in coverage. You can still user him if you want, if you're a Cowboys fan, but still a very nice card. He's going to hit that man threshold, zone threshold, has really good hit power and block shed as well, okay? Next up, we're talking about users here. Free safety, user, Budda Baker, 91 speed. He is 5'10", maybe not the tallest guy, but what I really like about Budda Baker is his hit power, okay? 89 hit power, really nice pursuit, really good awareness. He'll hit the thresholds anyway, but I really like this guy as far as usering. He's one guy that I see a lot in head-to-head. But probably the best user in-game right now, and I can personally attest to this, it's going to be Pat Watkins, okay? Pat Watkins, 93,000 coins. This cat is 6'5", 218 pounds with 91 speed, 86 hit power. He's going to hit both thresholds as well. This guy is an absolute freak of nature when it comes to your user. He's going to pick off slants, you know, standing at the line of scrimmage. He's that good. Definitely one of the best guys that I can recommend in this video right now. As far as me, of course, he's on a Chargers theme team, which means he does get like 95 speed on my squad. Still very nice. I don't care, man. Add him to any squad. That 6'5" is the glitchiest in the game I've seen so far this year. Definitely a super underrated card this season. I hope he gets upgrades throughout the year too. Next up, strong safety, Taylor Mays, 6'3", very good user, 90 speed, 92 hit power. One of my favorite users year in and year out. I mean, since last year when he came into the game. Very nice user. Or you can keep him out deep too. He just doesn't have the best man coverage. I would strictly use him as a cover or as a user linebacker, okay? Jamal Adams, again, 6'1". This guy's actually really good in coverage. I would leave him out deep. You know, he hits the thresholds on man and zone. 89 speed, make sure to put the chemistries on him. 92 hit power. You can user him too, but I would keep him out in coverage. He's kind of a rare one out there. Derwin James, 6'2". Again, only an 89 overall, but only 25,000 coins, and he's really, really good as a user. 89 speed, get the coverages on him. You can get both coverages on him too, both thresholds. 88 hit power. He's definitely a good user. Okay? Strong safety again, Troy Polamalu, the kind of guy I leave out in coverage. Definitely has the MUT force factor. He makes a lot of plays even though he's 5'10". Only 78 man coverage. Some guys don't like that, but he just makes a lot of plays, so I had to put him on this list. Still pretty fast, good hit power. It's Troy Polamalu. Next up, Cam Chancellor. Very expensive. This is for the elitists. 6'3", probably one of the best users in game right now. 89 speed, doesn't have crazy good man coverage, very good zone coverage, very good hit power. Probably the best user in game right now though, because he's got the hit power, he's got the size, he's got the speed. But again, very expensive. I would actually go with Pat Watkins in this instance because of the price difference. Next up, Ed Reed, the forgotten one, 209,000 coins. 84 man coverage, 93 zone, 91 speed. He just makes plays. Him and Troy Polamalu are just the kind of guys that makes plays, okay? A user, Harrison Smith. A lot of people don't pay attention to him because he's a little bit slow out there in coverage. When we're talking about user, 88 speed, you can get him up to 91 speed with 92 hit power. Don't forget about Harrison Smith. Also really good zone and man. And then finally, we got Derek Thomas. He should have been in the linebacker part. Excuse me. Derek Thomas. I was sitting here thinking, like, where is Derek Thomas? Yeah. Rewind back over to the linebackers. Derek Thomas needs to be on your team if you're rushing the quarterback. 88 speed, really good block, shed, finesse move, power move. Kind of reminds me of an LT right now on the right side. Very, very, very nice linebacker in Derek Thomas. And outside of that, that's it, guys. If you're wondering about your kickers and punters, don't worry too much about it. Get a guy that fits your price point. I would suggest maybe getting a Janikowski power up. Actually, those are probably pretty expensive. Go after the other guy, the other legend, and just get a 90 overall kicker on your team. That's really all I'm asking you guys to do. Get a 90 overall kicker. Get the focus kicker ability. You should be just fine. As far as punter, don't even sweat it, man. Just get somebody that fits your price point if you're not looking to get the best overall in the game. Whew. Long one today, guys, but I hope this one's really helpful to you guys. It is early December, so again, remember, this is going to be updated probably later, sometime in January, but as of right now, right before Zero Chill, these are the cards that I would absolutely recommend putting on your team, okay? We're very detail-oriented in this video, and it's because it's a good time right now to be buying cards. It's just before Zero Chill, so prices could even go down further, but prices are really, really good right now. It's a good time to pick up pieces to help you out in head-to-head, and these are the guys that I would look to and not even question that would help me win more games in Madden 21. Well, guys, if you did enjoy this content, hit us up with a like and sub on your way out. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been The Director. We'll see you next time, and as always, bolt up and stay frosty.